Hey everyone, welcome back if you have been here before, and welcome if this is your first time. In this video, we're talking about when we got engaged. And so if you don't know, and if you haven't seen the other videos, we'll link it here where we talk about how we first met online and had our first date. But how do we go from first date to getting engaged? And I'm looking at Evan because he's the one that asked me, so.
Oh yeah, it's the man's job.
It is. It's weird when women ask.
So how we got from meeting each other to becoming engaged?
Yes.
Well, it took 7 months.
It did.
Can't recap all that.
No. What made it? Did you plan on it being a short dating?
I didn't have a timeline in mind. I didn't have like a goal. Like the first couple dates, obviously I didn't know we were going to get married.
Yeah.
I don't know. At some point, I decided that I wanted to marry you, and then pretty soon after that, I proposed and got engaged.
You did.
I think that's how dating should play out, though. Dating is really just a structured method for kind of vetting people to see if they're marriage material. If you're dating someone you realize you probably aren't compatible, shouldn't get married, then you should just break up right away. And if you realize that you are compatible and you could marry each other and live together for the rest of your life, then you should just get married as soon as you can. That's kind of my view on dating.
Mm-hmm.
Dating isn't meant to be a lifestyle.
Yeah, it's not a hobby.
Particular thing with a particular purpose and a particular goal in mind.
Yeah, for sure. I guess I kind of had a time frame, not like we need to be engaged in 6 months, 7 months, or whatever. But my thing was I wasn't about to date a person more than a year if it didn't look like it was going anywhere. Like, to me, that would just be pointless. And I think I didn't want to waste my time. I've seen videos online from a guy's perspective of how the majority of them, I think all of them, all proposed to their spouses within a year or less. It wasn't common for them to go over a year. And there's a phrase that people often say, like, if you know, you know, or like when a guy is ready and wants to be married, they're not gonna take long to figure it out. Is that true?
In my experience, yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Do you want me to add more?
I didn't know you were. Yeah, well, yeah.
You asked me a question. I said yes.
If you got more, come on with it.
That's basically it. We men are simple creatures.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
What does that mean?
You said it, not me. These are your words. Did you ever feel like that we were moving too fast?
No.
I didn't either.
No, we were both pretty clear from the very beginning what our goals were for dating. So, we just both kept aiming in that direction, and I wasn't really surprised when we got there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I guess there are some exceptions for people, like, this is our opinion. I think that this is very opinion based, but I think that we could probably back this up with some practical reasons of why this works, like within a year. But I have heard of people taking longer, like maybe if they're both in school, but they're set on each other and they don't want to date other people, but like they want to graduate first before getting married, so they maybe it takes longer. But these people could be potentially younger, so I feel like there's variables to it. But I think if communicate, and if it needs to take longer than a year for a specific reason, maybe you're taking care of a family member who's sick, or there might be various reasons of why you have to wait longer. But I think typically if there's nothing outstanding happening in either of your lives, why drag it out?
My parents dated for quite a while.
Okay.
I don't think they really had a reason to.
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't around.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Some people think it's fast to get engaged in 7 months. What do you think? People think that that's fast. And some people it's like they got engaged in 6 months. Some even less.
I don't, I don't know. I feel like once you get to 6 months, that's not fast.
Yeah.
It's like 2 months. I think that's really fast.
Yeah. Unless maybe if y'all already knew each other and like y'all was friends for a while, and then you started dating, and then 2 months into dating, maybe.
Sure.
But if you just meeting like us, we met, and then 7 months later we got engaged after meeting. But our initial meeting was a first date. It's not like we were friends before.
And we were both dating. You can watch our other video if you want more details. We were both dating specifically to find someone to marry.
Right.
And I think if you go about it with that mindset, then 6 months isn't really a long time at all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't take you that long to get to know someone on a fairly intimate level.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think also just having discernment and wisdom helps. We went about it prayerfully. It's not like we were just like, oh, I'm going to just do this and then I'm going to rely totally on myself, of my knowledge and wisdom on how to vet this person properly. I think, being in prayer definitely helps, because some people you may not necessarily see truly who they are in 6 months, because sometimes people can hide things, but God can reveal if this person is, shady. So we went about it prayerfully.
Am I shady?
Not at all. Silly. Yeah. You serious? You Mr. Serious all the time. No
Yeah.
jokes. No sense of humor. Okay.
Oh wait, no, that's you.
What? That's not true. Lies.
She married me for my sense of humor, actually. That's how she knew. We started dating, and I just started telling her all of my best dad jokes, and she didn't leave me. So I figured I should probably propose. That's the real trick.
How did you know, Evan, that you wanted to propose to me? I'm putting you on the spot. Putting you in the hot seat.
Well, we saw each other regularly, at least once a week, for 6 or 7 months. Probably about 6 months. When I really just made the decision. I didn't make the decision all at once. It wasn't like I woke up one morning and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna marry Chloe. I was always thinking about, what would it take for you to be, marriage material, right from the start, before we even met. I'm like, what am I looking for? Am I seeing the things I want to see in her? So right from the start, I was looking for that. Every time we met each other and hung out, talked, and interacted, it was like one more data point, kind of building up this image of you. Are you going to be my wife, or are you not?
Mm-hmm.
And the image kind of slowly took shape. There wasn't a moment when I was like, aha, this is the person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I guess some people might have epiphanies like that, just a moment of revelation, but I feel like most people don't. Honestly, I feel like you're probably not going to meet someone and hit it off and just be like, oh, this is the one. I don't think it really works like that.
Mm-hmm.
The Hallmark movies are lying to you.
Don't come for Hallmark now. We will be watching them this Christmas season with Sophia in her Christmas pajamas. Yes. I have some in my cart.
I think that real life is more nuanced. I feel like, obviously some people do have those eureka moments where it's like, oh, this is, I've seen what my life should be. I've seen some kind of vision or whatever. Not literally a vision, I suppose it could be. But you know what I mean? Like, most people are like gradually moving toward that tipping point where you're like, this is what I need to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how it was for me. I knew that I wanted to get married.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I wanted it to be you for quite a while, but I didn't know that it should be you until a certain point. You know, I can't really tell you what it was that got me to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I made up my mind and then tried to plan how I would ask her. I didn't want to do anything like elaborate or over the top, but I thought she might want it to be something kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you wouldn't want me to just like walk in one day and ask you to marry me.
Yeah, no. But it was cute.
Yeah,
It was cute. The
what
way
did
you
we do?
asked me. We went to the park that we met at. So
If you've watched our first date video,
yeah,
you'll know all about that.
yes. So we went to that park, and again, if you watch the first date video, you'll know the significance of the bridge. So we walked around the park. It was winter.
It was March.
Yeah.
It was cold.
It was cold. There might have been some snow. I don't know, but it was cold.
Maybe a little snow. It wasn't super cold. I don't think it was freezing. I think it was in the high 30s.
Okay.
Probably.
Ooh, that's cold.
Not too bad. A little nippy.
That's cold. But we walked around. We walked around all those significant points of the park,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went to the covered bridge, and then you got down on one knee.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
And I gave you a little ring.
you did. And Evan asked me, "Will you marry me?"
What do you say?
I said yes. I said yes. And then we took pictures and we hugged. I said yes, and then we went out to eat at a Mediterranean restaurant after.
Yes.
That was good. Yeah. And I remember you praying over our food and praying over our lives together. That was really special. How I knew that I wanted to marry Evan, because again, like the guy will ask, but the girl can also say no. You know, like you have to be on the same page.
Which might be another reason to not rush through it.
Yeah.
Even if you, the man, reaches your decision, you have to be sure that she's also on board.
Yeah. Because we talked about getting married before he asked. So
I asked
I
you
knew
for your ring size.
you did.
Like 5 weeks before I
Yeah.
proposed. And you were still surprised.
Well, I was surprised because I didn't know that you would ask like that day specifically. Because I did it.
But
I started to wonder, like, I wonder if this maybe, but then I kept thinking in my mind, I remember when we would talk, like when we were earlier in dating, I think you said something along the lines of you want to take things kind of slow. And so, you know, in my mind I was thinking, well, it might not be, because it has been 7-ish months.
Mhm.
So I was thinking maybe, you know, closer to, I don't know, like later. I guess I wasn't really thinking like
when I
in
said,
that moment.
I don't remember specifically saying I wanted to take things slow, but probably when I said that, I didn't have a standard of slowness
Okay.
in my mind. It's just something that I said because I didn't want to get married in 2 weeks. I guess I wanted to set expectations
Okay.
so there was no pressure.
Right.
It's like, oh, it might
Yeah.
be a while, you know, I don't know, I got to think about it.
Yeah.
And then whenever I reached my decision, I figured it would be
Mm-hmm.
within the established framework of expectations.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Don't overpromise. Set the expectations like way out here, and then you know, she won't be impatient.
Okay.
This
first
applies
of
to married
all-
life too.
First of all,
I always set the standards like way past what you can actually deliver on, and you always like come in within those parameters that you established.
So for me, I looked at Evan's intentionality, and I'm the type of person who just actually am not impatient, I will just like shut things down pretty quickly if it feels like something's off or something's wrong, or I don't know. I'm just like I just would like to protect myself. When I was single, like this was my mindset. I didn't want to be in a situation where I felt like I was, I don't know, just in a bad place. But I just watched Evan pretty intently of how intentional he was, and he still is. And that really made me feel more comfortable. I feel like just seeing how he would continually show up. He was true to his word. He would show up on time. He was just always like his words matched his actions, which is something that I was looking for in a husband. Because people can say I love you, but if they don't do anything to prove that, the words just fall flat. Like they don't have any meaning. And so that's like one of the main things that I was looking at. We're currently at the park, as you can see, and this park is actually where we had our third date.
Yep.
And at this point, I remember we were walking somewhere over here, back there. We were talking about politics, and
Yeah.
I noticed that we were pretty much aligned on everything when we were talking about politics.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
Like even people who are generally on the same page are like maybe 80% the same.
Still have some clashing, yeah.
Or probably like 95%.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And so that was a very interesting conversation for me. I was just like, wow, this is awesome, because you just never know. Because even though we're both Christians, sometimes, like you said, you know, we can have different.
You might be talking to someone and you know she's just like, you know what, I really think income tax is awesome. And I can't hear that.
Just seeing how we were aligned on our moral values, and then just even politically, which was a surprise, of how much we were aligned. I'm like, I knew we'd have some common ground, but just the amount of it, I was just surprised by it. Yes.
Right. Wrap it up.
Be quiet, Evan. You know, they say the man is the head, but
Yeah.
the woman is
We just posted a video about this. You can go back and watch it if you might need it. You can watch it like right here. She'll put a little link here. Yeah, you should watch that.
Evan is a great husband. I'm really happy that we got
You're
married.
a great wife. Yeah.
I saw so many things in you that I still see. I'm really happy about it. Yeah. Maybe we can talk about this in another video, but I think just Evan didn't stop the things that he did when we were dating. He still does them in marriage. And I can see that the way that he treats his family, and the way that he is true to his word about, you know, showing up for events, and you know, how he interacts with his mom and his dad and his sister-in-laws, his brothers,
Sisters-in-law. Sister-in-laws.
sisters, yeah. You know, y'all know what I mean.
Sisters-in-law, right?
Y'all know what I mean. The way he treats his sisters-in-law.
Yes.
Okay. The way he interacts with his nieces, that was an indicator to me of how he would interact with me, and like when we would have kids. Yeah, and then, you know, like I said, I still see those things that he did when we were dating in marriage. They haven't stopped. I think it's just because that's who he is. So
When you're dating, you should always be who you are.
yeah, you should. Well, that is how we got engaged. That is our story. Thanks so much for watching our video, and be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss future videos, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye.